If you are in need of cheap Madden coins, go to MMOEXP.com. Be sure to use promo code Ryan at checkout to get 5% off your order. Link is in the description, guys. What is up, you guys? This is Ryan, back again with another video, and we're doing something a little bit different that you don't see on this channel very often. We're going to be rebuilding a team, and I want to do this not just because I want to try something new on the channel, but because the Miami Dolphins are my uncle's favorite football team. My uncle who tragically died last year in an accident at work. And, you know, with all their first-round picks, all the picks they have in the draft, multiple picks, let's see if we could do something with that. Let's see if we can build them to be a Super Bowl champion, even if we have to take control at some point if they make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. I'm not doing this as like a test of skill or anything like that of rebuilding a team. I don't even play... I don't even play franchises or anything on Madden, so this is all brand new to me. We're going to do this, live. We're going to do it right now, and we're just going to go ahead and start off to where the Miami Dolphins are currently on Week 10, simulate the rest of the season. Hopefully we have a terrible record, and we end up having the #1 overall pick, which, if I could go ahead and take a look at the standings after we upgrade a little bit of our players. So RAEKWON McMillan obviously is one of our young, good defensive players. We're definitely going to be hoping to see him upgrade over the course of the next couple of seasons. And definitely, we have like Xavier Howard and a couple of other decent young players on this team. But overall, like Albert Wilson, Devontae Parker. I think our quarterback right now is Josh Rosen. There's a lot of work to be done on this team. So Miami currently 2-14 in the season. And yeah, guys, we have a lot of players here that we're not going to want to bring back. We don't care about Aqib Talib, Allen Hurns. Maybe Matt Hack will bring back just because it's a punter and he's actually not that bad. So, I mean, at least in real life, I don't know how he is in Madden. Eric Rowe, we're not going to bring back. Ken Crawley, we're not going to bring back. All of these guys have, I believe that's a normal development in their, upgrades and whatnot. And again, I still am having a little bit of an issue with my voice, but it's coming back pretty well. Yeah, we're not going to re-sign pretty much anybody besides a punter. We're going to spend a lot of money here in free agency. We're going to go ahead and make it to where, in real life, let's say Miami is just throwing money at players. Playing in Florida isn't bad. Playing in Florida is actually, I guess, in my opinion, it would be a pretty cool place to play. It's always warm. You do have to worry about, hurricanes and whatnot at the beginning of the season. But Miami kind of seems like a cool place to play, right? Like, maybe they would throw money at all these guys. So we're throwing money at Chris Jones. We're throwing money at Kendall Fuller, Yannick Ngakoue. We're going to go ahead and see which guys we can actually get here. Kareem Hunt accepted our contract. Larry Warford said hell no. Emmanuel Sanders said he would play with us. And, Yannick Ngakoue and whatnot. We got all of them on the squad. So we're going to go ahead and begin the draft here. And we're going to go ahead and take this Richard Hart guy. Now, it says he's number 17 in true value. And we kind of reached on him, but we have to take a risk at, having a quarterback under center that could actually make some throws. And those attributes really weren't all that bad. Cam Ziegler is going to be our next pick here. He's a cornerback, and he was actually pretty good. Number 2 in true value. We got him at number 15, and he's 77 overall. So I definitely like that pick. Again, maybe, if I'm doing this wrong and if I'm doing something that kind of looks bad, let me know. But we're getting some pretty good players here. Number 6 in true value, Preston Stevens at right guard. And this is going to be the roster, guys. So this is our roster entering into year 2, I guess you could say, in this rebuild. We got Chris Jones. We got Kendall Fuller on the team. Rashad Jones is still playing strong safety for us. Taco Charlton, we got RAEKWON McMillan, and I found Derrick Henry in the free agency tab. I don't know why he was a free agent, but I decided to go ahead and add him. So at the midway point, we're 5-2, looking pretty good at the top of the AFC East. I'm not sure if that's where I want to be, though, at this point in time. I still kind of want to be semi-bad, just because I don't think we're going to actually do anything this year, but we're going to go ahead and advance to the playoffs now. I apologize for that. And see where we can be here at the end of the year. Take a look at the end of the year stats and, look at yearly awards and whatnot and see where we're at the end of year 2. And look at that, guys. We're 10-6 in the wild card against my favorite team, the Tennessee Titans, which is pretty cool. But our quarterback, Richard Hart, is injured. He's injured for 4 weeks with a broken hand, so we're not going to have him for this playoff game. And he played really, really well in his rookie season. 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Kareem Hunt had an amazing year. 1,600 yards on the ground, 13 total touchdowns. Derrick Henry threw in 4. So Emmanuel Sanders also had a pretty good year. That's another free agent acquisition. Looks like a couple of our offensive linemen were hurt throughout the year. RAEKWON McMillan was a beast. Chris Jones played really well for us with 7 sacks. So we went ahead and simulated the playoff game, and we ended up losing to the Titans. Marcus Mariota had 3 touchdown passes, no picks. Josh Rosen filled in for Richard Hart, played pretty well. Kareem Hunt was all right. Kenyon Drake, former Dolphin, played okay for the Titans. And receiving, this is where I just was like, all right, guys, you know what? Screw it. Adam Humphries had 3 touchdowns with nearly 150 yards receiving. I'm like, you know what? We're simming ahead. We looked at all the players that we had to re-sign, got who we had to get re-signed and whatnot, and now we're going to go ahead and advance to the draft and see what we can get here in year 2 of our rebuild. So let's go ahead and start the NFL draft. Let's see what we can get here. We're going to go ahead and potentially take this guy at some point during the draft. Maybe I chose Von Levine. One of these wide receivers I really liked because he was super tall and he had a really good combine, but ended up being a reach. Again, I'm not really sure how it all works. I know you probably have to scout people manually, but I wasn't sitting there, doing it in depth. I went ahead and got a couple of players that were, okay, but nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing really, really good. No one was super high overall. But I did get a really good rookie here, this Hakeem at strong safety that ended up having elite development, which is really, really good, right? Obviously, he's a red icon, and he's going to be developing pretty well for us, hopefully. So, end of the year, we didn't really have a good year at all. Coming from a 2-14 year, then 10-6 year, making the playoffs, and then back to a bad year. But Tremont Hakeem, one of the guys I drafted, is currently an 81 overall. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then we had the 29th ranked offense, which is terrible. We definitely need to upgrade the offense a little bit more and, keep building up our young guys that we got, including, our quarterback, Kareem Hunt. And then we definitely need to make a splash here and get a wide receiver on this team, another wide receiver that we can use. But the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is continue. This is what I love to do if I, am ever building a team, if I'm just doing a fantasy draft or anything like that in Madden, previous Maddens. I like to build my defense as good as I can. So Leighton Vander Esch was a free agent, and I threw a whole ton of money at him to bring him onto this team. So we're going to have Leighton Vander Esch. He does sign with us. A little bit of a spoiler. Michael Gallup is another guy. Has star ability here, a star development. So he progresses faster than a normal player does. Went ahead and got him. He's developing pretty nice. I guess he doesn't want to play with the Dallas Cowboys anymore, which keep that in mind. Keep that little thing that I just said in mind while, the rest of the video is going on. Michael Gallup leaves the Dallas Cowboys and joins the Miami Dolphins, which we are currently rebuilding. Keep that in mind. Remember that. So Michael Gallup and Leighton Vander Esch are now Miami Dolphins. We got a bunch of elite developmental players here. Leighton Vander Esch, Tremont Hakeem. We got Chris Jones, and then our quarterback, which eventually I'm not sure if already he has it, but he does eventually end up getting an elite developmental X factor trait or whatever you want to call it again. So another reach here, but this is not a very big reach. It was 60 or 59 when we were picking 53. So I went ahead and, purchased a whole bunch of boosts and stuff. We had a lot of Coach XP. We're currently 1-6, so we're not playing all that well. At least that's what it looked like there. End of the year, taking a look at the final end of the year standings here, it looks like the Titans are playing pretty well. We went 4-11-1. Richard Hart didn't play that well. Kareem Hunt really didn't play all that well from what he's capable of doing, but Leighton Vander Esch played pretty well. Chris Jones ended up getting 11 sacks for us, so we're going to go ahead and re-sign him. Re-sign Yannick Ngakoue. Christian Wilkins is going to get re-signed. We need to bring back all these guys. Davin Godchow does not want to come back and play for us, so we're not going to franchise tag him. We're just going to let him go, free up a little bit of cap. And Taco Charlton, we're going to say, you know what, why not? But he doesn't want to play with us either, and I'm like, you know what, I don't really care. Let's just go ahead and move on. We'll cut our losses, and we're going to go ahead and sign some offensive linemen on this team. So offensive lineman is definitely a big weakness. Now, here's something a lot of Miami Dolphins fans may not like. I traded Xavier Howard, O'Neal, and a pick to get the Kansas City Chiefs' first round pick and their second round pick, trying to free up a little bit more cap and get some more money to get some more players. So we got Fuller, Jones, Vander Esch, and Hakeem on the offensive side of the ball. Our quarterback, Richard Hart, has the elite upgrade, developmental, whatnot, whatever it's called. And we're looking pretty good. Like, we have a lot of really good players in this team entering into this year. Malik Frost, here's a guy I really like, 71 overall we drafted. And then we got Phillip Weeks, another quarterback here. I was just, testing the waters with him because he had number 1 or number 4 in like every single combine for a quarterback. He was like really good. So I just figured, you know what, why not? Better to have him than like a terrible backup quarterback we get in free agency. But the Miami Dolphins now currently 6-1 mid-season in 2023. We're gonna go ahead and advance to the playoffs now and see what we can do here. We are in the playoffs. We're actually not in the wild card round. We're in the divisional round here. So we're 10-6, tied with the New York Jets. And now this is where I'm gonna go ahead and play the moments of the playoffs here. So right here we're up 28-13 and late in the fourth quarter, and we're gonna go ahead and find Michael Gallup here on the slant, and he's gonna get down here to the 5. That's pretty much going to end the game. Listen to the commentary here.
On to the AFC title game. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
So moving on to the conference championship against the Indianapolis Colts late in the fourth quarter. Again, Kareem Hunt gets the handoff, breaks a tackle, and he is going to be gone down the left side of the field for a touchdown. And that is going to be game over for the Colts. Let's take a listen to the commentary again.
Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold. In the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
And we are in the Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, remember that Michael Gallup comment, because we're playing against Michael Gallup's former team, Dallas. And Kareem Hunt's going to get the handoff here in the second and score himself a touchdown to put us up 10-0 in the Super Bowl. We got Hart looking all around the field. Everything is covered except for Michael Gallup with a catch. He breaks free from the corner, wide open, into the end zone for the touchdown. And we're going to go ahead and miss this kick late in the third quarter. So Dallas actually will have a chance, depending on what happens. Hopefully you can hear me over the commentary of the announcers. But Miami is going to score a touchdown on the sim, and it's going to be 24-3 with Kareem Hunt getting the handoff, and that is going to end it. Your Miami Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowboys. Let's listen to what the commentators have to say about that.
And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champion. And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs. And so
33 carries, 198 yards, 3 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. And this is Richard Hart holding up the Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi Trophy, with Kareem Hunt behind him. Your Miami Dolphins are the 2023 Super Bowl champions. This one's for you, Uncle Scott. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more rebuilds and just random things like this, let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.